What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King, Fury. Tyson Fury lays down the law once again and informs Deontay Wilder if he pulls out of this fight, he will be sued. There will be legal action against him. He said this contract is legally binding. Okay, the kind of contracts that you can't walk out of unless you're injured or you retire. And if you are injured, you're not fighting anyone else. That's the only way you won't get sued in this situation. Those are the words of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury also had a lot to say to Eddie Hearn about who he's fighting. And he had this to say. He said, "Why is Eddie Hearn worried about who I'm fighting? This is my career and my business." Okay? So why is he concerned with me? He needs to be worried about his own fighter, because when he came to U.S. soil, he got chin checked. Okay? So be happy for me, to say the least. Now, these are my counter punches on this. Tyson Fury says that Deontay Wilder will be sued. But then he says that there's no amount of money that you can offer me. You're not getting out of this fight. We owe it to the fans. We need to get this fight started. The fight has been signed, so therefore the fight has to happen. But you know the funny thing about that, the irony about that is, you say there's no amount of money that you can offer to step aside, and that's if Ruiz wins. And that's how I see it now. And that's a whole nother story with Deontay, you know. But Tyson Fury says that you can't get yourself out of this fight. I know what he meant by that, but it seems strange if there's no amount of money that you can offer him to step aside, but then if he does fight, he'll be sued. I just find that weird, you know what I mean? Because it's like, before, when he initially made that statement, like, hey, it has to be a lot of money for me to step aside, you know, I thought, okay, well, he's putting a price tag on that idea, okay? So, but now he's saying, no, there's no amount of money that you can, but if you do, we're going to sue you. So you're going to sue me, or sue Deontay Wilder out of punishment for not fighting him, which, again, it's super stupid. Super stupid that Deontay would make that claim now. You know what I mean? He should have been thinking more about fighting for the undisputed a long time ago. You know, we've been through that. Wilder wanted that fight. He wanted that fight better than any other fight. He wanted that fight more than unification, more than undisputed, more than $120 million, people. He wanted that Tyson Fury fight. So the idea of Deontay Wilder even mentioning, oh, why don't Tyson Fury step aside, is ludicrous. It's dumb, okay? Because he should have been thinking that the whole time. And it's just amazing how some fighters lose, changes the whole landscape. You know what I mean? And that lets you know that a guy like Deontay Wilder, his career rests on someone else's. And it's sad to say, but it's true. Think about it. If Deontay Wilder, his popularity, you know, because the claim off of Deontay Wilder's popularity being from calling Anthony Joshua's name, using his name to boost his own profile. Well, that is kind of true now, right? Because the only thing you're doing, everything someone else does, you're reacting, and your actions are from that other person. You're not making your own career. You know, the intention was to fight Tyson Fury, was an undefeated fighter that never been beat, that once upon a time was the unified champion of the world, and making your own legacy with him. That was the route that was claimed by Team Wilder. Wilder was, you know, wanted to make his own claim and, you know, be his own superstar over here in America. you know, and really didn't need Joshua, and they're begging and all this and all that came about, right? So now Joshua loses. Now you're willing to pay Tyson Fury, or you think he should step aside to fight for the undisputed. It just makes no sense. We're going back to the same thing that we could have got rectified months ago. You see? So, but the silver lining about this whole situation with Tyson Fury, he's laying down the law. He's telling Deontay Wilder what's up. You know, they should have thought about that before. We know that. But Deontay Wilder himself is not saying, I'm going to ask Tyson Fury to step aside. It was only a suggestion, people. So it wasn't like what people think it is. Tyson Fury's just letting him know, if that's what you're thinking, because it's been going around the boxing circle, that Deontay Wilder really would prefer Tyson Fury to step aside after he signs a contract. Well, who the hell does that? That's poor business practices anyway, you know? And it's another thing to say versus do, you know? But that's a totally different story, because he can't do anything with that signed contract. With his name on that contract he signed a long time ago to fight Tyson Fury, you know, he can't back out of that now. So it is what it is. So the question is, now that we know what would happen, we know the consequences, what do we have now? This is what I want to know. You guys let me know how you feel about Tyson Fury's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.